Thank you. Didn't realize there was an audio. Audio search. Audio search. Audio jungle. Audio jungle. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Whew. I got you, Toxic. Understandable. Yeah, it's time. Yeah, it's time to vibe. This is gonna be a vibe stream. It's just gonna be a vibe. All right, I'll probably go and get into it. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Toxic. We won't discuss it in here, obviously. Cole, save me from looking at YouTube analytics. You can watch me for a little bit, and we can hang out and everything else like that. What's going on, Scars, as well? I know you put out 2 videos recently, Pierre. Oh, man. Sounds good. All right, cool. Welcome, everybody. Today is going to be a very chill stream. We did end up moving Star Fox to another day because, quite frankly, I just need kind of a little bit of a chill vibe today. For those who don't know, over the weekend, I helped out with Heroes of Time. I did a bunch of clipping during that, so I did remote help during that event and everything else like that. Yeah, definitely left me pretty tired. So I think I'm definitely gonna need to take the day just to kind of chill a little bit. So, this might end up being a shorter stream than usual as well, but we're at least gonna hang out and chill and everything else like that. I mean, fair. Have over half of the required 1,000 pieces done. Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right, with a channel wipe. Oh, man. All right. Gotcha, Toxic. So, yeah, we're just going to chill today. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're also going to talk about Switch 2 pre-orders because that was a thing. And I also have some stories to share as well. I asked on Blue Sky a few days ago, or sometime last week, their stories regarding Switch 2 pre-orders. So I do want to bring that up later and sort of discuss those stories because I think that could be a very interesting discussion point because Switch 2 pre-orders were a thing. We'll get into that later. But for now, I said my story in the Cherry Marathon chat when I saw you, but I can say it again here. Yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about Heroes of Time. So for those who don't know, Heroes of Time was a 3-day-long charity event that happened over the weekend and everything else like that. The event was produced by Campy, Jiggy, and Super MC Gamer. And I was brought on to help out not only with one of the big trailers that you saw with the cast reveal, but I was also brought on to help with clipping over the weekend. So over the weekend, I spent the entire event essentially clipping a bunch of stuff as time went on and everything else like that. Now, granted, this is not the first time I've done, like, a bunch of clipping during a charity event. I've done it for Coliseums before, but that was mainly just for fun. And it was also to get stuff to do for, like, highlight reels and everything else like that. This was the first time where I was really having to essentially try and clip something during essentially every segment. Now, granted, it wasn't, like, you know, going that crazy. Like, MC, I think, at a point was just like, please take care of yourself, obviously. For me, in terms of how the things went, I think it went pretty good. It was definitely a very interesting learning experience for me, too, because first day, I definitely agree, I went pretty hard. And there were maybe some points where maybe I went a little bit too hard, if that makes any sense. Now, granted, I was told, like, make sure to clip a good amount of stuff, obviously, and I did. But there were definitely segments where I clipped more than others. And by day 2, I was like, wow, I'm really fucking tired. Holy shit. Danny the Nerd, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I was really fucking tired. So there was a moment during that day where I had to take a break for a little bit. And I went back to a previous segment and ended up clipping stuff there. And then day 3 was also kind of similar as well. But overall, people seem pretty happy with what I clipped, and the general crew seemed pretty happy also with my with what I did. So overall, I think it went pretty well, and the event raised a lot of money. It raised $66,000, over $66,000 for American Cancer Society. So major congratulations to the entire team for raising so much money, and a massive thank you to Campy, Jiggy, and MC for bringing me on to help out a bit with the actual event. It was a lot of fun, and you know, if they want to bring me back on again for any remote help, I'll definitely accept it, because they're super chill. Honestly, like Campy, MC, and Jiggy are super chill. So I would gladly if they ever brought me back, I would absolutely accept. Subbing on my own terms besides being gifted. You rock, dude. Thank you so much, AG, for the 4 months resub. Really appreciate that. Where would you like your sub to go? And would you like to add a character to walk around or make DDD bigger or smaller? Feel free to choose. You did some cleaning today. Nice, Galactic. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So yeah, Heroes of Time was a lot of fun. There was a lot of really fun. Do whatever you like, man. Okay. Let's do that. And drops. Let's go ahead and add 250 to Art Raffle, because I'm gonna give a reminder about this art this right now. The art raffle goal expires this Wednesday, so you guys only have a couple days to get that goal reached. So I'd say if you're gonna put anything towards any of the goals right now, do the May art raffle. We haven't had an art raffle in a while, so if you guys want to see one next month, maybe see if you guys can get that reached by Wednesday. I am gonna again stream on Wednesday as well, so you guys will have Wednesday to do it. But yeah, you guys only have until Wednesday to get the art raffle goal reached, so be sure to get that reached before the end of the stream on Wednesday. Let me quickly change the Twitch information. We'll save that. That should put us at 8861. Is where that puts that. Yo, hey Golden. You feeling stressed out at all? Feeling a bit stressed out right now? Hey, Tarantula. Alright. But yeah, that was my Heroes of Time experience. A lot of good segments during that and everything else like that. Oh, sorry, I missed it, Gokai. Yeah, sorry. Just got done watching Bruto Moose accidentally drown himself in Oregon Trail 2. Nice. Sorry, Gokai. Sorry, I missed your message earlier. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all right. For those who did not watch Heroes of Time, there was a lot of good stuff during that. The pit cross segment obviously was a big one, but also there was a lot of cool segments as well. There was Pictionary. There was Jeopardy, which was a lot of fun to watch. There were some cool speedrunning segments as well. And all this type of such. Gotcha drop 6 with heads up. Oh, I hear I hear Masters' guys is not great. Okay, there's stuff and rerush. Take that, thanks. More speed. Oh, you fucker. All right, well, I'm gonna get away from you. Are you sure this job is right for you to talk tomorrow, since I'm constantly the worst performing in terms of metrics at my job? Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. Swerve Star is my favorite video goal in this game. Oh, hail Trail, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, man. I'm wishing the best for you. But yeah, that was basically my experience with Heroes of Time. All in all, it seems like it went really, really well. I'm really happy with. I do think overall I'm pretty happy with my performance and everything else like that. I can critique myself probably a little bit, but I am happy with my performance and all that type of stuff. So there you go. All right. After this, after I do this match, I'm gonna start pulling up some. I think we should probably start pulling up some Switch 2 pre-order stories actually, so, because that was the thing. Actually, I think what I'll do first probably is maybe talk about my own personal experience with Switch 2 pre-orders. So, for those that don't know, I have never gotten a console day one before. And everything else like that. The last time I attempted to get a console potentially day one was the PlayStation 5. That did not happen, and everything else like that. And I got a PlayStation 5 last year instead, with Astrobot and everything else like that. But yeah, this is my first time really truly trying to get a console day one, because I've been looking forward to the Switch 2. Despite all of the bullshit, I'm still been looking forward to the Switch 2 because I really wanted it. There was enough on there that I really wanted to pick it up and everything else like that. I was in a decent position. So, so Wednesday comes around. Wednesday, 9 p.m. is when pre-orders were available for the Switch 2 and everything else like that. So, we were getting all prepped. I was in a call with everything else like that. There were a few other people in the call. It was the mod room specifically on Claire's server. So we were all in the server. Some of us were getting ready for pre-orders. 9 p.m. rolls around. I'm on the Best Buy website. And it was still saying coming soon. So it's just like, okay, maybe just give it a few minutes. Still said coming soon. A few more minutes. Still said coming soon. Few more minutes. Still said coming soon. Few more minutes. Still said coming soon. Apparently, Best Buy took half an hour longer to get their pre-order sorted compared to all the other sites. In fact, in some cases, Walmart was actually even a little bit early, like a few minutes early. But yeah, Walmart, Target, they had theirs pretty much ready to go and everything else like that. And then GameStop's obviously happened the next day. And let me tell you guys, let me tell you something. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy fucking shit. That whole pre-order process was a massive clusterfuck. It was such a clusterfuck. Like, trying to get pre-orders through Best Buy and everything else like that. And once the Best Buy pre-orders were finally up a half hour later, it's like, all right, I'm in line and everything else like that. And I was basically just sitting there waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And during that time, I was looking at other sites. Like Target, it seems like they had an order, but there were, like, errors happening all over the place. Sites were crashing. Walmart, I was tempted to go through Walmart, but then it was just like, oh, hey, you have to ship it. I would get a few days later. And I was, like, very much being, like, I was hesitating on it. And then I was just like, maybe I'll try it. I ended up trying to actually order through Walmart a few times. Didn't allow it to happen because it kept not being in my cart, kept glitching. Best Buy is still loading and everything else like that. I'm still in the queue. And then like an hour later, like an hour and a half later, I'm just like, I'm still going. And I don't know what happened. Either they kicked me out or I clicked off of it, but I got out of the fucking queue on Best Buy's site. And apparently, there might have been a case where I just got kicked off, because apparently a bunch of other people just got randomly kicked off of the queue on Best Buy's website. Just randomly got kicked off. Apparently that happened to multiple people. So I was freaking out, just being like, I might have fucked up my chance to get a Switch 2 and everything else like that. But I got back in line. I kept trying to do Best Buy. I kept trying to do Walmart, and Walmart was not working. Target was completely sold out. At one point, they came back, and then they were sold out again. And so I decided, and then I asked for some advice and everything else like that. I think specifically Tomoyo managed to get a pre-order by deciding to get like a combo pack on Best Buy site and everything else like that. So what I decided to do ultimately was, and there were a couple times where I even tried to do like the queue through my phone, but I was just like, screw it, I'm not gonna do that. That might be too much. That might conflict things. So what I decided to do was at one point have 3 queues open on Best Buy's website. One for the Switch without Mario Kart, one for the Switch with Mario Kart, and one for the Switch with Mario Kart plus DK Bonanza. The reason why I did that is because of Tomoyo's suggestion that maybe it would make it a bit easier. And my whole deal, whichever one cracks first, I would get it. And the one that cracked first was the one with DK Bonanza. I got that, got into my cart, went into pre-order. I had to do a bunch of card stuff. It didn't take my card at first. I tried it again. It did take my card. My credit card was just like, hey, are you sure you want to spend all this money? And then both times on like email and also in a phone, I was just like, yes, I want to do this. and the pre-order has not been taken from me. It's still there. I got a Switch 2. I actually pre-ordered Switch 2 with the Mario Kart bundle plus DK Bonanza. And then I also picked up the camera as well. Jesus Christ. Yeah, multiple. Yeah, apparently carts being Switch 2 is being ripped out of like people's carts and everything else like that. The Switch 2 pre-orders were a fucking disaster. They were absolutely a disaster. Shipping or in-store order. In-store order. I do not trust shipping. I do not ship. I do not trust it. I did store pickup. I'm going to be picking up at 9 p.m. the same day, the night it comes out. I am picking that shit up at 9 p.m. and we are streaming that. Some people got it much more easier than others. Apparently, Costco at some point did also have it, and that might have been easier for some people. But yeah, it was a clusterfuck. Kid and Krista, who on the Kid and Krista podcast, who used to work at Nintendo, were extremely pissed off at the way it was handled. They were saying how like Nintendo should be ashamed of themselves and all of like the retailers. I don't know how much you can blame Nintendo on this because they tried so hard to get things ready, but we don't know the logistics and everything else like that. At the very least, the retailers royally fucked up. They were clearly not ready. It really feels like they've done nothing to make sure that their sites are ready for this shit. In person, I'm going to work with the 256 Micro SD Express and DK Bonanza. I do have a Micro SD Express also coming, and that's going to come in May. I ordered that from Amazon, but yeah. Retailers had sites not designed for this traffic at all. Yeah. They've done nothing to, like, no matter how much they were just like, we want to make sure this is smooth. It didn't matter. It was the clusterfuck. It was a major clusterfuck. I still got it, and I'm glad I still got it, but Jesus Christ. Okay. So, would anyone else like to share their Switch 2 pre-order stories in the chat if you did pick up a Switch 2? Or whether you picked up a Switch 2 or not. If you would like to talk about your pre-order stories in the chat, if you ended up attempting it. I'm very curious what people would said. You got 2 of them recently. The bundle with Mario Kart was $570. Reply to your post. I'll get to the Blue Sky post in a bit. We'll start with chat first, just to see anybody who didn't respond to it. But we'll get to the Blue Sky post. But yes, $570 is what I paid. To be clear, I want to also be clear. 80 minutes from 12 a.m. for my pre-order going through. My store only got given 45 of the bundles and 20 of the standalone system. Didn't realize Costco was doing pre-orders. Fuck, I should have told my mom. Yeah, apparently they were doing pre-order stuff too. But Costco is usually a bit quieter about that stuff. But yeah, I do have rewards credit through my credit card, so that does alleviate some of the blow. I'll tell you right now, chat, if I didn't have like over $200 worth of rewards credit on my credit card, I would probably be not getting the Switch 2. Waiting at Best Buy for a while, and then I saw a reply under the post about Walmart, and I was able to get that right away. Then Best Buy finally went through. So you ended up getting 2 of them. Gotcha. I imagine you probably are canceling one of them then, in that case. Hopefully we'll get one next year, save for Japan. That's completely understandable. Wonder if I could have gotten a discount. I don't know, maybe. I opened a 3rd queue on my phone since the 2 desktop queues were taking forever, and then I got it within about 2 minutes on the phone. Gotcha. You did cancel one of them, dude. Had a Best Buy card, so I wanted to use that. Yeah, that's completely fair. If you have, like, funds to make it, to get it for cheaper, then you should definitely do that. Interest-free financing. Gotcha. Best Buy let me use PayPal to get through faster. Gotcha. I lucked out very much. So basically, I originally thought it sold out so fucking quick because scalpers, but my sister said the orders were up, and because of discounts at Target, I managed to get the Mario Kart World bundle for just over $450. Very nice. That's very good. That means you basically got Mario Kart World for free. So, very nice. I can wait a bit for Switch 2. Besides, I need to save up money anyways. Lol. That's completely fair. This is a case for me where, like, there's enough for me that I want to get it, but also I'm going to be covering it on stream. Like, I'm a Twitch streamer, and also I have, like, credit to get it for a discount. So that's why I was able to get it. If anyone needs to wait, I completely understand. And I'll say this right now, if you would like to use, potentially, I imagine there's definitely scalpers right now, right? I imagine there's probably some scalpers. Also, I'm fucking doing terribly. But yeah, Gen 10 comes out, they'll have Gen 10's theme Switch 2s. I have not pre-ordered mainly because I've paid for vacation to visit my partner along with money for it. I'll be looking to get one towards the end of the year. Yeah. I'll say this right now, if anyone I guess wants to see what the Switch 2 is like before it comes out, I guess tune into my streams. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, chat, I am letting you know right now. I am planning to stream stuff from that console a lot. Like launch week, I am going to be streaming that shit a lot. So if you want to see stuff about the Switch 2 and everything else like that, and me covering it and everything else like that, I'll say tune in. So definitely tune in. It's not going to be 24/7, to be clear. I would not go fucking crazy about that. But there's going to be a lot of streams during that time where I'm going to be streaming Switch 2. So if you want an idea of what the console's like and everything else like that, and you want to get some recommendations and everything else like that, definitely tune in. I'm selling my regular Switch stuff as well. Would have asked for Christmas if I didn't. Also glad it's out weeks after my birthday, but birthday money helps. That's fair. I am not trading in my Switch 2, my Switch 1 personally, because I don't really trade in consoles. That's not really something that I do. Personally. If people need to sell stuff, that's completely understandable. For me right now, in terms of games I want on Switch 2, Mario Kart World, DK, Air Riders. I want to play the Switch 2 of Metroid Prime 4. I want to do the new DLC for Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I want to try the new DLC for the new expansion for Mario Party Jamboree. I want to play the Switch 2 version of Deltarune. There's I'm trying to think of what else I would want. Also, the GameCube games as well. The upgrades for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, the best way I could definitely say... The one thing I will say... I think the one thing I will say is that if you are going to get a new console, if you are going to get Switch 2 specifically, make sure that you know that you're going to get enough out of it to justify the purchase. Bleach Bomber on Blue Sky a while ago, whenever I tweeted out about stuff, or posted about stuff, sorry, was basically if they have 3 more items that they want to get, that justifies it for them. I am taking that same mentality. And personally, there is more than enough on the Switch 2 for me to justify getting it, personally. And I'm going to be streaming it as well, and I also have credit. So in my case, in my circumstance, I personally am just like, I'm going to get a day one and everything else like that. So, GameCube Online, Mario Kart World, and DK Bonanza. And then also, I want to try the new Hyrule Warriors as well, because I want to play as fucking, I want to play as, goddamn, Rauru. So, but yeah, that's my personal stance on it and everything else like that. If anyone needs to wait for the Switch 2, I fully understand. And if you guys want any opinions on it and everything else like that, tune into my stream, because I'm going to be playing it a lot. All right, after I'm done with this, city trial, I'm going to pull up, some stories on Blue Sky. For those who don't know, last week, I asked on Blue Sky if they wanted to share any of their stories in relation to getting a Switch 2, or trying to get a Switch 2. So I'm going to be sharing some of those stories, because I imagine there's a lot of them. I might have read a couple, but I've not read all of them. So some of them are going to be new for me. So, we shall do that in a little bit. See you on the courses. Yeah. I'll see you on the courses as well. As a heads up, folks, in terms of what I'm going to be covering first, it is absolutely going to be Mario Kart World. That will be the first thing I cover on Switch 2, for Switch 2. The next thing I'll probably end up covering is probably the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom updates, and then probably the GameCube games. I might pick up Welcome Tour just to check it out, but also to just be like, but also to be like, if you just want to see what it's like, but you don't want to pick up Welcome Tour, I can be like your guide for that and everything else like that. But one game I also am guaranteed that we will be covering for Switch 2, and I need to make sure, I gotta do the first 2 chapters on Switch 1 just to make sure we're good for it, is Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 is something we will be covering. And I'm strategically waiting to cover Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 a few days after it comes out. Because this time, I am not going to do the thing where I record it, and I never release, and I never bother to release, like, things, like my playthrough, like, 4 years later. I'm not doing that again. I'm going to just stream the game. So, that gives people a few days to try out Deltarune and everything else like that. And maybe get ahead of me. Now, obviously, there is a chance of me getting spoiled, but it's only just a few days, and I am going to be blocking terms and everything else like that. So, yeah. DK Bonanza, we are going to cover as well. That is planned. And then I might... there's probably some other third parties I'm also planning on covering. Fast Fusion, I do want to cover. Fortnite, I do want to cover and see how well it runs. You want to go in Utterly Blind. That's completely fine. The special double mouse room, yeah. Again, it's coming out on all systems. Everyone's going to get the same amount of content. It's just the special room has the Switch 2 mouse controls. That room will still be there in the other versions. It's just going to use different control schemes. This is a maybe, but I might end up picking picking up Street Fighter 6 on Switch 2. So, yeah. Anyone that says says anything that can be interpreted as a spoiler, so yeah. But Street Fighter 6 is something I'm considering. I probably will not get it. I probably won't get the physical, though, because of the fact that it seems like most of third parties, unfortunately, are going to be game key cards, and at that point, it's just like, you know what, fuck it, it's not worth it. I should just get it physically. So yeah, that is what I'm potentially planning right now for Switch 2 stuff and everything else like that. So I hope you guys look forward to it. It's going to be fun. Hey, I killed 2 people. Let's go. All right, after this match is done, chat, we're going to pull up the... well, I think I'll start a crowd control first. Or I'll start a match of City Trial first so we can have some music in the background. And then... we will go ahead and talk about the various different stories people have in regards to Switch 2. Because I imagine there's a lot of interesting stories on Blue Sky, so... yeah, should be a lot of fun. Wah! I'm not dead yet, bitches. I'm a gamer, that's right, you can eat my ass. Oh, I died, but I killed 2. If I'm going down, you're going down with me. Okay. Anyway, no one else got points but me. Fuck all y'all. Now let's go ahead and do a pause. All right. Random trivia. Okay, before we get into the stories, let's talk about some random trivia of the day from Drops. Before we get into all these different stories in regards to the Switch 2. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the one tweet. Huh. Well, I guess have fun with that. Have fun with that, Drops. About being cold, that's why, lol. Fair. All right, let me quickly bring up. All right. So, I sent out, so a few days ago, I'm going to zoom it in so I don't get spoiled on stuff. A few days ago, I sent out this message. Hey, so I'm interested in to hear people's stories regarding their Switch 2 pre-order experience, whether they got one or not. Reply to this post with your story. I'll potentially bring it up on Monday's stream. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the various different stories that people had about Switch 2 and their pre-orders and everything else like that. We ended up getting around 10 responses. And, how you doing, Doublet? Welcome to the stream. So, let's talk about it. Let's see how people, let's see what people experienced. Our first one, right off the top, is from Tarvold. from Tarbolt's Quest. Good friend Tarv. And his experience was apparently pretty decent compared to everybody else's. Got one on Costco just before midnight, had to refresh for 45-ish minutes. Then got one for my son on Walmart at 1 a.m., which was buttery smooth, no crashes. And today I walked into GameStop in the middle of the afternoon and scooped up one for my friend very easily. Overall, I've been very lucky. Managing to get like 3 Switch 2s. 3 of them. That is extremely lucky. Like, holy shit. I don't know how he did that. Like, I know how he did that. He went to multiple different stores. That's probably how he did that. The fabled Switch 6. 222, the Switch 6. The fabled Switch 6. But yeah, Tarbold apparently got extremely lucky with the Switch 2. He got like 3 of them. One for himself, one for his son, and one for a friend. So, that's pretty wild. If he's doing it to get them for friends and family, then good for him. Yeah, good on him for actually helping him to help a friend of his and also a son of his to get a Switch 2. That's pretty good. All right. Our next story comes from Good King Linky. This one was another decent one. I know I got mine comfortably, but man, the amount of other folks I helped out over the last 48 hours to help folks get theirs were crazy. Lol, thankfully my status at working at GameStop came in clutch. Apparently works at GameStop. So in our GameStop, a person who works at GameStop and everything else like that. Yeah, I imagine helping other people get their Switch 2s was probably a thing. That was probably a thing that that a lot of people probably had to deal with for other people as they were having problems. So the first 2 was pretty lucky, but Linky is definitely, hinting at the fact that a lot of people tend to have a pretty rough time. All right. This next one is from Seraphim 2000, or Seraphim Fox. And they write, was up at midnight, tried Best Buy and nothing for almost 30 minutes. Tried my luck at Target. Got it in the cart and then kept telling me there was an error without saying what it was. Walmart was out and Best Buy put me in a queue for almost another 1.5 hours. Ended up going to sleep because 2 a.m. So unfortunately, that seems like an unsuccessful Switch 2 pre-order, unless they've managed to get one by then. Which, by the way, I'm probably going to like all these, actually. So unfortunately, this seems like... this might seem like an unsuccessful one, but yeah, that was very much a thing where it's like some people just probably gave up because it's just like, it's way too fucking late. I need to go to bed. Good night. Which is completely understandable. All right, this next one, I believe, is a thread. This is from Toxic Orochi. All right. I fell asleep at like 9 p.m. or so, but my brain just woke me up 10 minutes before they went live. I noticed GameStop didn't open them at midnight, so I found my Walmart account that was unused for 7 years, reset the password, added my CC, and got in line. I got an infinitely reloading caps. Oh, the capture page. Okay. Walmart has this dumb-ass fucking thing. I was dealing with this dumb-ass thing where, like, Walmart, for some reason, kept being like, prove you're a robot, press and hold this. Press and hold this. And when I was trying to, like, get into an account, it wouldn't allow me to get past it. I was just like, what the fuck is happening here? I don't know why Walmart had that, but I was dealing with that, and that was just incredibly stupid. So there was a dumb captcha thing. After that, the captcha loaded, but I had to do it roughly 30 times to get to the page and to add it to the cart. The page was broken in Chrome, so I went right to Firefox, and lo and behold, it worked fine. That is what happened to me. I was not using a VPN. I think Chrome is just really fucking stupid about websites with me right now, for some odd reason. Chrome was broken. Firefox was fine. That's the same experience I had. Don't, like, more reasons for me to use Chrome less. But anyway. The whole process was about an hour. I then pre-ordered Mario Kart World physically as I didn't get the bundle. Yeah, unheard of, realistically. So that I can definitely very much sympathize with that. Like, the fact that, like, because here's the thing. I went up, but Chrome on my phone, though, wasn't giving me any of that shit. So there must be something I have on Chrome that's fucking everything up. But main point, that was a similar experience I had. But anyway. Next one is from Lundia Lundia. Just Lundia. We'll just go with Lundia. So Lundia writes in, I showed up about a half hour before my local GameStop opened. There were like a bit over 20 people ahead of me. Took me 3.5 hours in the sun, but I did get mine. There were 2 employees. One let in people 3 at a time, and the other was at the counter. So that seems relatively fine. The fact that it took 3.5 hours though in the sun, Jesus Christ, must have been baked. Hopefully it wasn't too hot. Otherwise, you probably will be baking a little bit. Yeah, caps can tend to make things kind of dumb for some websites. Wish I brought a water bottle, but I was okay. Yeah, yeah, that's very much like you probably should have brought a water bottle, but hindsight's 2020. I'm glad you were able to get a Switch too. All right. Next up from JDG, who, JDG, I think you might still be in chat, actually. AKA Jimmy Gillis. So let's see how he did. Stayed up till midnight, went on Best Buy. Was stuck on coming soon for a good half hour. When I got in line, I waited another 20 minutes until I got mine in. Legit amazed I did, almost gave up, especially since I had a few friends get kicked from the line. So yeah, again, like I said earlier, bunch of people apparently just randomly got kicked. That might have been what happened to me. I'm still unsure, but that might actually been what happened to me. That's why I did like 3 queues for the fucking Switch 2. Alright, next one is from the Magical Gamer. And from the Magical Gamer, he says, I stayed up till midnight Eastern to get it. I normally go to sleep at 11 for work. I started refreshing the pages. I was on a 10-minute wait with Walmart. I kept on refreshing each of them and saw Target work with a pre-order button. So I pressed it and was able to pre-order Target 10 minutes in. So someone did manage to get a Target pre-order. I hear that Target was supposedly the worst. I hear that Target was the worst. It was either Target or Best Buy that was considered the worst. Target, I hear, just fucking imploded, essentially. But yeah. Alright, next up. Ooh, okay. Kirby Vault has a thread. This one, I think, is a thread next. So, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We got a thread going on here. Yep, this one's a thread. Also, I should probably be liking these. Give me a second. Like. Thank you to everyone who shared their stories, by the way, on Blue Sky. This definitely is kind of a fun thing to see in retrospect. All right. From Kirby Vault. This one's a thread, so buckle up. Here we go. Finished an online game with friends around 10:45 my time. Took my dogs out and went to my open tabs for Best Buy and Target at 10:55. Started refreshing around 10:58. Target immediately crashed, giving the 429 error of maybe you typed the web address in wrong, and Best Buy was in coming soon still. I'm CET. So central daylight time, for to be clear. For clarification here. Panic. Hold on. There we go. Panicked a bit as I saw some people get through via B-Sky socials. So found an open Discord call of some friends that were basically all chilling, doing the same thing I was. It was nice catching up with some of them. We were all scouring news and checking things for each other. Twitter was just Target was just down. Similar to what I actually did, because I was in a call with friends whenever I was trying to pre-order mine, and similar people were. Kept seeing posts from Wario64 on checking things, and toyed with, well, I could do Walmart, but I don't have an account. Some of my friends in call managed to snag theirs from Walmart during the first 30 minutes of Go Live. At 11:30, we all got put in Best Buy lines that may or may not have existed. Some folks on socials are saying they're getting through Best Buy. They're getting through Best Buy. We have at least 2 folks successful on call get through Best Buy. Target's still down. I'm waiting and finally just go, okay, so hold on a sec. Turns out I did have a Walmart account, lol. A link from Walmart or Wario64 pops up that goes directly to it. No waiting in line, just get the thing and get out. Comparatively, Best Buy was still, you're in line, until it eventually just kicked me. And I was able to get Target's checkout page until it said it had an error at least 20 times before the page just reloaded, emptying my cart and said they were out. So Walmart came through, though after I secured mine, most folks in the call were going to bed. So it was dying down, and we all said goodnight and left. Then I see another Wario64 post about Target. I go, okay, bet, and it takes me right to the page with no hassle, and I can do that. So I got one from Target. My retailer trust is usually Best Buy, Target, Walmart, stores that probably exist, but I don't know, and GameStop. So if anything happens to one order, I have one on backup. Otherwise, planning to give the other one to a friend who wants it. But yeah, that was my experience. That was very detailed. Holy shit. I know some people are having 2 pre-orders just in case one goes down. My Best Buy one has stayed, luckily, so I'm still okay. And my credit card actually went through and everything else like that. It's still pending because it's a big purchase, so the shit is still pending. But it still went through. I still have the pre-order, so I'm all good. That's I think that was a very interesting story from Kirby Vault because it does like again the whole thing with like being in call with friends and just hanging out. Now granted, I was kind of freaking out and panicking the whole time, which is why at some point I had to leave the call in order to not fucking explode. But then I got it and I was just like, okay, we're good. So yeah. And then we have a hidden message. Oh, that was probably because of I did have I think at some point I did have Switch to muted because I wanted to stop driving myself crazy and everything else like that. But yeah. Saying Jimmy. Okay, fair enough, Jimmy. Fair enough. All right, finally we have Megan, who has a short thread here. It says, husband and I both started trying at midnight. I took Best Buy, he tried Walmart. It took us both about 30 to 40 minutes before the line was available for queue. We were both bumped out of one of our queues once, but I managed to get my Switch 2 in the cart by 1:10 a.m. And then our bank account, oh no! And then our bank bounced back the first car we tried 3 times, so that was fun. All Walmart was out of stock by the time he got to the front of the queue. That fucking sucks. There was a thing I saw in a comment section about Switch 2 pre-orders where someone was just like, I think it was someone just being like, waiting like hours upon hours in a GameStop line is a very interesting, before actually getting to the front of the line, is a very interesting way of finding out that your credit card expired. I'm just like, oh no! That's like the worst time to find out your credit card expired, is when you literally wait hours, like 9 hours in a line, I think is what I saw. And then you get there, your credit card is expired. That fucking sucks! Forgot about one of my friend's story. He had some trouble ordering the Switch 2. He got error message, but it had 5 separate orders that went through, but no confirmation email. So he got charged through PayPal 5 times. Still don't know if he got the charges returned to him. Oh no, dude. Holy shit, that sucks. That sucks so bad. Oh my god, I was afraid I was going to get double charged actually on my credit card. I didn't. Thank God I didn't. But Jesus. Or using savings but not having anything in savings. My god. That's no fun, dude. All right. This one is from Wolf Advanced, and this might be the last one. Ooh, got quite a thread here. This is the last one, folks. They were the Mario Kart. Oh no! It's like $2,500 on his goddamn account. That sucks. I hope he got those resolved. I really hope so. All right. From Wolf Advanced, this is our last one. I went into it hoping to get 2 Switch 2s. One with the bundle, one without. Tried 3 online stores. Target got here at 12:30 a.m. Was able to get the checkout for the bundle, but was stuck in a loading loop. While I was stuck in the loop, Target said they were sold out in their tab. Moved on. Best Buy. Started trying here at midnight sharp. Both concentrating coming soon until 12:40 a.m. Then base consoles aligned opened. Got in that, but they showed neither delivery or pickup as an option. For the bundle, it stayed coming soon for as long as I had to try until 1 a.m. Walmart. Got in line for the bundle at midnight sharp. Didn't realize you could get in line for multiple items. So got in line for the base console at 12:20 a.m. They kicked me out of the line, kicked me out of the base console line at 12:42 a.m. I got in the front line of the bundle and bought it. 1 down. Then, out of pure curiosity, at 12:56 a.m., while in line for Best Buy still, I checked Walmart's availability, and both consoles still said pre-order. I joined in line for the base console. There was no line. I immediately got in and the cart and checked out. Got super lucky at Walmart of all places. Small addition to my story, GameStop put me down for the wrong bundle, so I got that easily fixed when I went back the next day. I also wish I was wearing a short sleeve shirt and short jeans when I was waiting for those 3.5 hours. Oh no. Lindia, welcome to the stream. He didn't get one properly pre-ordered? No! That sucks! God. Ugh. Yeah, the amount of stories that people have from this experience is wild. But you know what? At least we can all come together collectively and fully agree without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, that pre-order was a disaster. That pre-order, Switch 2 pre-order session was a disaster. Switch 2 pre-orders were pretty bad. But at the end, I do have one secured. I'm getting it on June 5th. I'm getting it at launch. I'm gonna fucking pick it up. And you got the last Mario Kart bundle. Wow. So I hope you guys look forward to it whenever we play it. We might do a final farewell to Switch, maybe. Maybe that day as well. Maybe doing a quick farewell. Online pre-orders are a mistake. At times, yeah. You would think they would have learned from PS5. Nope. No one's learned. They have not done anything to improve their websites to make sure. And then it gets lost in the mail. 100% retailers' fault. Some people are blaming Nintendo. I'm more leaning towards retailers personally, because they really, they need to redo their websites. I think they need to restructure them because it's still not fucking working properly. So, yeah. But that was the Switch 2 pre-order experience. Like I said, this is going to be my first time ever getting a console at launch, so it should be fun. I don't like buying consoles day one, but I think you know why I changed my tune. Yeah. At least I have enough in rewards money and blood donation points to get the Switch 2 for the price of a Japanese-only Switch in Japan. I have rewards credit on my credit card, so, you know. 80% retailers, 20% Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo's fully blameless on this, but I do think it's more on retailer than Nintendo. Could Nintendo maybe coordinate it maybe a little bit better with the actual retailers? Probably. But yeah, it really feels like no matter what, pre-orders are just going to be terrible forever unless you actually go there physically. So, there you go. Because generally speaking, the best experience people had was at GameStop. As much as I hate GameStop, I got handed to them. GameStop seems like walk-ins seem to have been the best experience. So. That being said, for those who didn't get the pre-orders, I wish you luck with my Nintendo. Even though Nintendo has now specified that even if you do the My Nintendo thing, you are definitely not guaranteed getting a day one anymore. They have stated that now. They apparently have changed it. So, yeah, that's fun. I'm here patiently waiting for the official announcement of the price of the damn thing here and see if I was right in it being USD $800. My God. I'm so sorry, dude. For reference, by the way, Drops lives in Argentina. So. For those who are unable to get it, maybe use people's other streams, maybe watch them just to see if the console's actually worth it. I live here in a hyperinflation land and not the kinky kind. I was about to... God damn it, Drops. Why? Get out of my fucking head. Get out of my fucking head, Drops. Get out of my fucking head. Anyway. The problem with that, Golden, is that if they did that, that's less places where people can actually pick up the console. And that would also get people pissed off in another way. Boop. Thanks for booping me. All right. In other news, folks, I do want to go ahead and give a quick reminder that the May art raffle goal is going to be expiring this Wednesday. So if you guys do want to see an art raffle next month, it currently needs just a little under $62. So even just like 100 bits or just like a small donation will help out, or sub. So if you guys can get that goal reached, that would be great. We haven't done an art raffle in a while. So if you guys do want to see an art raffle next month, definitely, if you are going to support the stream, definitely focus your funds on that. I also might be moving the goal, by the way, for the Mario Kart Lego streams, just because, streams have been kind of all over the place, so I might move the goal for that a little bit. Which is honestly fine. Don't kill me, please. As always, folks, if you want to see all the available goals, bonuses, and alerts, click the link at the top of chat or type exclamation point alert. What games would you want on NSO? For the Nintendo Classics? Also, yeah, they're renaming that thing to Nintendo Classics, so. But yeah, for GameCube Nintendo Classics, I think the original Monkey Ball games would be good. I think seeing Monkey Ball 1 and 2 would be cool. Because they're clearly fine with doing third parties. Chibi Robo's gonna happen. We know that. Kirby Air Ride, I think, would be a good one. I think Kirby Air Ride would be a good one to tie in with Kirby Air Riders and everything else like that. The Prime games they could re-release. They could re-release the Prime games, like Prime 1 and 2 on Switch Online, and that'd be your way to play Prime 2, I guess, on Switch. Assuming they're not gonna do remasters of those two games. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle could be a good pick, just because, one, that game is still not on a Nintendo console, or at least on a modern Nintendo console. And two, online multiplayer for Sonic Adventure 2 would be pretty kick-ass. Yeah, they have Switch 1, they have Prime Remastered, so they might not do Prime 1 then. Double Dash would be a really good choice. I would really like Double Dash. You know what they could also release? You know what Namco could release? Pac-Man World 2. They could actually re-release Pac-Man World 2, and more people will get to play that game. I would love to see that, personally. Custom Robo would be pretty good. They could theoretically do Wii NSO, too. They could do that, yeah. What's going on, Persian? How you doing? I still need to finish the remake for Pac-Man World, by the way. I never finished it. We are getting Luigi's Mansion 1, Dan. That is happening. That is one of the confirmed games. It is coming out at some point. Yeah, Pokemon Coliseum and XD are confirmed as well. And then alongside that, Treasure was confirmed. Chibi Robo's confirmed. Melee's not confirmed. Which, okay. Look, I've said before, like, I've talked about how, like, Melee, like, fans probably don't deserve a win right now. I still want to see Melee on NSO. I still want to see it. I still would like to see it, honestly. So, that's just me. Star Fox Assault would also be a good choice as well. I mean, to be fair, you also have Ultimate. You can still play Ultimate on Switch, so... They do have that game. Star Fox Adventures could be one. Eternal Darkness. What's going on, Slime? How you doing? Okay, I'm definitely not winning this. Yeah, bye-bye. Or actually, I could. Never mind. I think I'm faster than everybody. I think I might be okay. I won. Nice. I don't even own... It might be Nintendo. Geist and Odama, like the weird ones. You could do the mic stuff. You could do the mic stuff because there is the microphone. Oh, yeah. The Mario parties. Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7. They, like, the mic minigames would actually work because you have the microphone on the Switch 2. So the microphone would actually work with it. So you could do the mic minigames. So that'd be perfect. I don't know if they're going to do Four Swords Adventures. They could maybe try and do that. The only problem with that is, like, you would need to figure out a way to get at that to work and maybe have like a GBA emulator within Nintendo Selects. So I don't know if they're going to do that. I feel like at that point, they probably just re-release it as a separate release. Yeah, I'd say at that point, they probably just re-release the game as like its own thing rather than put it on NSO. Skies of Arcadia as well could be one. Sonic Heroes could be one. God, Sonic Heroes has not been re-released. That would actually be nice. I would actually like if Sonic Heroes got re-released. I like Sonic Heroes, personally. I know some people don't. I like it. Resident Evil 1 Remake. I mean, we already have RE1 Remake available to be paid, so I don't know if they're going to do that. Later, Red S6 is stopping by. Take it easy. Go Hyper Grind. I think that I think someone suggested me to download that maybe for my to use for my, or acquire it, sorry, for my GameCube whenever I can finally get around to that flippy drive thing. I'd say it's very furry. Gotcha. In terms of anything else, like, there's probably other things I'm probably blanking on as well. You know what? I'll say this. They're not immune. Nintendo has proven that they can re-release stuff that is, you know, that's copyrighted material, or is like movie tie and stuff and everything else like that. We got Quest for Camelot. So fuck it. Re-release the SpongeBob SquarePants GameCube games. Battle for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Re-release them, cowards. Be another way for people to play the SpongeBob SquarePants game, too, other than the remake. Bloody Roar Primal Fury would be a pretty good one. Oh, they could do, oh, what's that one game? What's the one game where Peggy was made, by the way? It's something Island. Is it Amazing Island? Is that what it is? Amazing Island. Yeah, I'll say that. That's Sega. Okay. They could do Beautiful Joe could work, too. Beautiful Joe could work. They could re-release that. The original Animal Crossing would be interesting. Like, there's a lot of potential for Switch for GameCube and everything else like that. Although, speaking of that, I do want to discuss this a little bit. I'm probably going to wait a little bit to maybe get that wireless GameCube controller, because they just announced the price for it. It's $65. I'm gonna guess it was originally gonna be $59.99, and then ended up going up a little bit due to the tariffs. So it's around $64.99. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world, but they have limited to one person per. So, oh yeah, it says Kamiya is back with Capcom. Yeah, that would definitely, it would make sense probably to re-release Beautiful Joe there. WarioWare, make a party games release. I actually tried that a bit actually. It seems interesting. The single player is, at least from what I see, is just like going through a bunch of like the other games and everything else like that. So it's kind of like short. It'd be fun to try the Wario World also. They could re-release that. Yeah, it's cheaper than a spare set of Joy 2 cons though. Yep, Joy-Con 2s though. Yep, it is. Mega Man Network Transmission, they could do that. There's a lot of potential for GameCube. Monkey Ball, I mentioned Monkey Ball earlier. That'd be a great choice, in my opinion. Give people a chance to play the originals. Because as much as I like the remake, there is a charm to playing the original Monkey Ball. There's a certain charm to it that you don't really get from playing the remakes. Twilight Princess, because, I mean, they're not against re-releasing Wind Waker, so Twilight Princess would probably be a decent choice to get re-released. To make people play FromSoft games that aren't Souls. Mega Man X Command Mission. Re-release the, the RPG Mega Man X game. There's a lot of opportunities. No, I don't think they're gonna... Well, They could, because they did re-release Link's Awakening DX, and we got a Link's Awakening remake. So they could still do the original Thousand Year Door, potentially. Do I think it's really needed? I don't know. Frame rate aside, I do personally prefer the remake now, so. The original Mario RPG was never on NSO, no. So, you know what? Yeah, actually. Yeah, the chances of getting Thousand Year Door and NSO is probably a bit smaller. I died. All right, cool. Well, I died, chat. It's 50-50, yeah. Okay, chat. I'll be right back. I actually have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back in a few minutes, and then we'll keep discussing a bunch of stuff, so. See you guys in a bit. ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and I see we're talking about Switch 2 editions and everything else like that. So let's actually go ahead and talk about that. So, do a quick drink. So yeah, I was talking actually last night with some friends about Switch 2 editions and what they could potentially add as like upgrades or anything else like that. And for me at least, and here's the thing. One thing to point out though is that not every, like, there are going to be updates to existing Switch 2 games that are going to be available for free and everything else like that. Like, a lot of times Switch 2 editions either add, like, new control schemes, or they add, like, new content, or they just, like, increase, you know, the resolution or the look of the game and everything else like that in a substantial way. So these could be free updates as well. Switch 2 edition Thousand Year Door could be more post-game content. I don't know if they're going to go for that, personally. But at the very least, I would actually like to see Thousand Year Door get a boost to 60 FPS on Switch 2. The only concern with that is that it's very clear to me... Hey, McButts. It's very clear to me that the new version of Thousand Year Door was definitely adjusted to accommodate more for 30 FPS. Specifically, the timing of, like, the various different moves and everything else like that was definitely adjusted. So it does make me curious. It makes me very curious as to, like... Alright, let you. It makes me very curious what they're going to do in terms of, like, the overall, you know, if they ended up doing a Switch 2 version. Would they change the timing? Would they keep the timing the same? Like, that's something I wonder. But yeah. Paper Luigi content, that would be interesting. I almost feel like that would still be better just being without it, because it's probably a bit funnier that way, but eh. I mean, hey, if you want to do that, JDG, go ahead. But yeah, like, Thousand Door could be interesting. At the very least, I feel like Smash will probably get a free update at some point, and everything else like that. I think, in terms of anything else, in terms of what could potentially get a, like a free update or something else like that, or like a Switch 2 edition. You could give a Switch 2 edition to, like... I'm trying to think of games that maybe could use Switch 2 editions. If you guys can help me out with that, that'd be great. One thing I will state, though, and this is something of, like, a bad news thing. For those who have not heard, unfortunately, if you already own Sonic X Shadow Generations or Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 on Switch 1, there will be no upgrade path for Switch 2, which sucks. Xenoblade 2 could probably use the boost. Yeah, the Xenoblade games could definitely get those boosts and everything else. Like, at the very least, they can get free updates to boost them a little bit. There is rumors that Xenoblade X will have Switch 2 compatibility, so we'll definitely have to see about that. There was apparently a 60 frames per second mode they found in the game that is, you know, it's unusable right now. So that could end up being the case. We'll definitely have to see what happens with that, but that is apparently a thing people found, so we'll definitely have to wait and see on that front. If there's anything else I can think of, I would say, like, any other Switch 2 versions. I'd say, like, the Mario RPGs, you know what, at the very least, I would like to see, Brothership get a free update or a Switch 2 edition, just to improve that game's performance and resolution. Horse walks into a bar. The bartender asks, "Are you a horse?" The horse replies, I think not," and then promptly disappears. See, the joke here is that refers to to Socrates' famous phrase, "I think, therefore I am." I would have explained it in the beginning joke, but that would put putting to Socrates before the horse. Descartes. Whatever. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Mergocopters, welcome to the stream. Descartes. Is it just Descartes? Okay. For some reason, I forgot it. I thought it was more complicated than that. Oh, well. Anyway. Hi, Mergocopters. Welcome to the stream. Descartes before the horse. Oh, man. Anyway. I don't fully get the joke, admittedly, which I do apologize for, but... yeah. Oh, we're doing well. That could just be me being a dumbass. Chat, if you enjoy my dumbassery, consider supporting the stream through subs, bits, and tips. It helps out a lot. Support the dumbassery today. Putting the carts before the horse. Okay. Well, I killed that motherfucker. Just fucking stabbed them. All right, let's go. Boost, 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 boost. You're in last place. I actually lost. Okay, well. I had one of the fastest rides in the game, and I lost. I lost to a wagon. Lost to a wagon, chat. I feel ashamed. I feel very ashamed right now, chat. Also, God, I still feel fucking tired. God. This weekend left me exhausted, chat, I tell ya. Wagoning it out of here. God, I still feel tired, man. My God. My body is just like, hey, motherfucker, you still feel kind of exhausted from this weekend. It's like, I know, body, can you shut the fuck up? And they're just like, no. Oh, man, yeah. I know, I remember what you told me earlier, Persian. I'm so sorry. Dishonor on your family, dishonor on your goat. On the goat? Why would you dishonor the goat? What did they do wrong? What did the goat do? Fuck you. What did the goat do to you? Fucker. Lost with the fastest air ride, that's what. Okay. You try then, fucker. Jesus. Oh, well. I'm still fucking oh my god. Yeah. My body is still just like, hey, you did a lot this weekend. You should, you're tired as hell. I'm actually glad we didn't do Star Fox Day, because Jesus Christ. If my copy of Air Ride worked. Emulation. You could just emulate it. Ah. That sounds like fun, Dan. That sounds like fun. I'm so sorry. You could just try EmuDeck, but then you still have to do some setup, so yeah, whatever. Fair enough. Some modded Skyrim. Oh, it's back in stock? Oh, gotcha. Oh, you spent so much this weekend. Ah, yeah. Yeah, probably a good idea to be responsible. At least a little bit. Thank God I wasn't there. God, I need better turning. Motherfucker, yeah. Yeah. Fucker, yeah. Fucker, yeah. Motherfucker, yeah. Fucker. I am so upset. I am so upset by your... I don't know. I'm... brain just like randomly saying shit. Yes, please, thank you. There we go. More turning, please. There we go. There we go, that's better. I'm so fucking fast! I'm fast as fuck, boy. Not yet. It probably will at some point, but it hasn't been announced yet. we'll probably get it on. We'll probably get it on Switch too, but. But yeah, Sonic Cross Worlds has not been announced for Switch 2 yet, but it probably will end up on Switch 2. Dragonflight. Bye, bitch. Oh, God. Damn it. Well, I failed. Yep. Small. Also small. Dog at me. Yeah, how about that Kirby Air Riders? That Kirby Air Riders be popping. Fuck, I'm tired. Fuck, I'm tired. Oh, God. Oh, no! Fuck! Gokai, is it okay? Is your laptop okay, or is it not turning on? Shit, I'm so sorry, man. That sucks. It's fine? Okay, that's good. Jesus. Still, that's just like, oh, fuck. Ah! Hey, Metasonic, how you doing? Metasonic, Doggerme, you doing all right? That's good. That's good slime. Exhausted from a long day to work. Gotcha. I'm still feeling some exhaustion from Heroes of Time over the weekend because I was clipping stuff all weekend. So I'm still kind of feeling exhaustion from that. I'll tell you right now, 90 to 95% of clips that were made during Heroes of Time were made by me. I'll just tell you that right now. I did a lot. I think I might have suffered a little bit on my original Switch. I might have. But obviously, I haven't got it on my my Switch OLED stuff. Oh, there's 2 air raids. Probably gonna replay Breath of the Wild when I get Switch 2. I mean, yeah, but that 60 FPS update, probably, yeah. That'd be a good time to maybe replay it. I don't know if I'll replay those games, but at the very least, I'm gonna test out the new updates. Because I'm gonna get it free through, like, Switch Online expansion, so. I thought it was 60 FPS. I think Nintendo said it's 1440p 60. I think it's 60 FPS specifically for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I thought that's what I heard. It's 60 FPS. I think that's what was officially been reported. It's gonna be 124 there's gonna be 120 FPS mode for Metroid Prime 4 at least. I'm gonna look it up. Okay. 60 FPS would still be a major upgrade for both those games, though. Yeah, in fact, that's gonna be 100. In fact, there's gonna be a 120 FPS mode for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is crazy. Is that for Metroid Prime 4 or for Zelda? Hold up. Oh, they do the dumb... Oh, they do the dumb thing where they don't tell you, like, what the frame rate is on the... Hold up. There's a place where it says it, I think. I thought there was a thing that specified 1440p 60. Hold on. Frame rate. Switch to... features. Yeah, like, here's, like, the only game that specifies frame rate is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. But I thought there was confirmation that Breath of the Wild Switch 2 would be 1440p. There is not. I think it's just based off the settings they had at the events. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell, Nintendo. Look, it's gonna be better regardless. Like, it's better. But, like... just fucking say... if you're gonna save for Prime 4, why not save for everything else? Okay, Digital Foundry specifically did a video on it. Okay, so according to Digital Foundry, according to Digital Foundry, we have Elden Ring at 1080p 30, Duskbloods at 1080p 30, Donkey Kong Bonanza at 1080p 60, Mario Kart Worlds at 1440p 60, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom at 1440p 60 FPS, Final Fantasy VII Remake at Integrate at 1080p 30, Tony Hawk at 4K 60, no evidence of DLSS. So, the most we're getting right now is the Digital Foundry analysis. God. I get it, but it's like, I don't know, man. We're probably just trying to grasp at straws here, but regardless, it's gonna be at least 60 FPS. We know it's gonna be at least 60 FPS for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. We know that. High jump. I did horrible, but I still beat everybody else. So you know what? I'll fucking take that. Yeah. Some stuff they've been fine with, others they haven't been fine with. It's been inconsistent. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. Anyway, I am... Ugh. Yeah, my body is very much just being like, you are tired. You are tired, sir. It's like, I know. Ugh. God. I'll do one more. I'll probably tap out in a bit. I'll do one more stage trial. I think it's mainly just, I think my body is just like, you know, it's still like, I probably should have taken today off, honestly. I think that probably would have been a better idea, but oh well, we're here now. I also do need to make dinner, so. But yeah, yeah, damn. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think my body is on autopilot, chat. My body is on autopilot. I think might be a good idea to maybe just go ahead and call it here. And just, I think I won't do a raid. I think I'll just call it here. And just go have some dinner. And then probably just take a nap. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do, chat. Thanks for chilling, though, for a bit. I knew the stream was going to be shorter today, so at the very least, it was to what I expected. We'll be back on Wednesday for another live stream. Hopefully, I'll be a bit more of high energy, but thanks for hanging out, folks. Thanks for chilling with me. Used a pirated font. That's not surprising. Anyway, folks, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you to JDG for the resub, and thank you to Miracle Copters for the bits. Y'all take it easy. Have yourselves a good night. I'll be back on Wednesday, hopefully with a bit more energy. Y'all take it easy. Everything else like that. And, yeah. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.